Hi and welcome to another Free.volous episode. So today, carrying on with that kind of summer and sunscreen theme, I decided to talk about body sunscreens. Some that I have been trying recently on my daily life and what I think about them. I have 3 of them that haven't worked that good for me and 3 of them that I am really enjoying. All of these are meant to be used even in intense sun exposure if you apply the correct amount. If you can apply the correct amount is another question. But hey ho. Me complaining about a specific sunscreen doesn't mean the sunscreen in itself is bad, it's just that it didn't work for me. So keep that in mind. I'm gonna go with one of each, interchanging between the good and the bad, just because we can have a little bit of balance that way. And the one that I want to start with was a disappointment. Also because I've been loving everything that I've tried from the brand recently, and this is from Uriage. And this is the dry oil, dry touch satin finish sunscreen. And you've seen, I've used it quite a bit, and I'm going to use these all up eventually. But the problem with this one is that if you apply the correct amount, this is not a dry oil, nor does it give you a dry touch and a satin finish. You look like, I'd go for a Baywatch kind of, you know, oiled up mermaid sort of situation, which is perfectly fine if you don't mind feeling, you know, slippery and all of that stuff and looking all glowy, literally glowy and shiny and oily. Thing is, for every day, which is when I use these kinds of sunscreens, it is too much shine and stickiness, and I'm sitting on my car and going into studios and sitting on those benches and everything and sliding off of them a bit too easily. So yeah, this was not my favorite in terms of the oilier kind of finishes that I've tried. I'm going to talk about one though that has been a sturdy favorite when it comes to oil kind of textures. This is the Izdeen. This is the transparent spray wet skin. And this is a good one if you're going out and exercising, or if you're at the beach and you're going into the water. As soon as you come off of the water, the filters have been broken down by the water. You can immediately apply this to wet skin. This is meant to be used like that. I like this even when not applying this to wet skin, although it is its main purpose, and I like to use this when I'm sweating, if I'm exercising outside or something. But even for an everyday, this is more of a dry oil. Of course, if you apply what feels like the correct amount, and with these products I go between applying directly to my skin and applying onto my hand and giving another layer just to make sure I'm applying the correct amount, or a safer amount if not the correct one. But this feels really not as sticky and glidey. It does stay a bit shiny on the skin, nothing that disturbs me. It does feel a bit slippy, but sometimes I just skip body moisturizer when I step out of the shower and I just go with this and it's done. I have my moisture reapplied for the day. So I have been really enjoying this one. Downside, both of these actually, the Uriage and this izdeen one, are fragranced. And while the Uriage one is slightly flowery, but it doesn't linger, or it's not as intense that you feel it on you the whole day. This has sort of a baby powder scent that is not unpleasant to me. It depends on the people, but at the same time, it's so strong, especially being in an aerosol application. It is intense, and then it stays on the skin for quite a bit. You can feel it when you reach for your arms or stuff like that. So keep that in mind. But other than that, I've been really enjoying this one. I'm kind of halfway through already. Now, another negative one, and this one I couldn't really get behind it. If you see some differences in lighting, I'm so sorry. There's nothing I can do about it. Natural lighting is also entering this room, and the summer hasn't been that summery lately, so there's lots of clouds and stuff. So talking about a less good sunscreen, this is the Antelios Dermo Pediatrics multi-positioning spray for children. I mean, I love the idea of aerosol for reapplication, not for the first application. I need my cream then, but for reapplying throughout the day, I find this really practical. Although you can't really see you're applying the correct amount, but I've gone through that. But this one, just, I don't understand, and I have that problem with several of La Roche-Posay products in different formulas, which is you apply it to your skin, and if you accidentally touch your skin, it pills. It's ready to pill as soon as you touch it. It's already bunching up. That's the first thing. Second thing, and I got that with this product only, is it leaves an intense streaky white cast on my skin. At first it seems like it's gone basically transparent. It has sort of a creamy finish to it, so you can massage it onto the skin, but once it dries up and evaporates, you start noticing a white powdery substance on your skin. I'm not a fan. I actually don't know how I'm gonna use this one up, to be honest, because all the others are a bit uncomfortable, but it's fine. With this one, it's not that fine, you know? Now, directly comparing this La Roche-Posay aerosol spray with another one, I have been loving this one. It's far cheaper, and it's actually from a brand from the same parent company, which is curious. And it's the Garnier. For us in Portugal is Ambre Solaire, the name of the sunscreen line. In Spain it's called Delial. And then you have the sensitive, advanced sort of SKU within that line. In different countries, I think this has different names: sensitive, expert advanced. Yeah, I don't understand this mishmash of labeling, but it's not my job. I'm just saying this specific spray is fantastic. It does have a little bit of that, again, when applied in the correct amount, because if you just apply a little bit, it sinks into the skin and it disappears, and it's magic. But if you apply the correct amount, or something that feels closer to the correct amount because it's an aerosol, it leaves a little bit of that more oily sensation. I wouldn't say oily, I'd say sort of moisturized skin. It doesn't feel dry on your skin, which is something that people in the summer sometimes don't like, but hey ho. I love this. It's super lightweight. Although your skin feels moisturized, it doesn't feel heavy and slippery and that you're gonna fall off the places you sit on. And it disappears in the skin, and it doesn't leave any streaks, white marks, anything like that. I'm in love with this one. I've been using it like crazy. Now, the last pair. I bought this one influenced, and really well influenced, by a friend, but there's one little issue with this product. This is the Bioderma Photoderm Bronze SPF 50 Cellular Bioprotection Spray, very high protection, yada yada yada. This one, so many big names. Anyway, this is supposedly a sunscreen spray. It has those classic sprays, and it comes out as basically a lotion that I prefer to spray on my hand and then spray it on my skin. And this supposedly has a bit of self-tanning properties in it. Problem with this one though is that the cream itself, the lotion, leaves a little whitish film on my skin. And because my skin is naturally a bit verging on the medium already, it's noticeable on my skin. So I have been trying it on my legs and stuff, but I don't feel good walking around with white streaks on my legs, and I can't understand or assess if this really gives me the self-tanning kind of properties that it supposedly has. I'll keep on using it because I have to use it up, but I was a bit disappointed with this one. Directly comparing it to this, which is basically my favorite. This is the Uriage Barrier Sun. Again, this is adapted to children just because it's scentless, which is mind-blowing in my opinion, that it has to be geared towards children. I don't understand that. Anyway, this is the fragrance-free spray, very high protection. It's a light fluid with an invisible and non-greasy finish. And of all of these, I must say that this one is closer to what it says on the tin. I mean, the bioderma one isn't heavy at all and it sinks into the skin really well. It just leaves that whitish film on the skin. It's not a white cast. It's a weird... I don't understand what's going on with that one. But with this one, I feel it sets down on the skin. It has a slightly satiny feeling to the skin, like moisturized skin, but it feels super lightweight. It's the most lightweight out of these that I've tried, and it's a pleasure to use. I, again, spray this onto my hands, try to get the closest I can to the correct amount and just massage it onto the skin. It's a pleasure to reapply. It doesn't pill on itself. Delightful. So basically, from the 6 that I've shown you, the izdeen, when I'm doing, you know, heavy duty exercising or sweating a lot, or maybe water. I'm not going to do that. But anyway, the Garnier Sensitive Advanced for everyday if I want a quick aerosol one, and the uriage Barrier Sun light fluid is an everyday favorite. These are very, very good products. Let me know in the comments below which are your favorite sunscreen body products. Just know that my P20 is always with me if I have intense sun exposure. Although all of these are meant to be for intense sun exposure, I have a thing for my P20 when I need to be extra safe, you know. But anyway, let me know in the comments below which are your favorites sunscreens and your favorite body sunscreens, because I always like to try stuff out, and maybe Out There is my new favorite, although I'm really pleased with these ones. And other than that, leave me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed this video. If you haven't, please consider subscribing. That helps a lot. This little tiny micro nano YouTuber out here. And as usual, thank you for spending your time on me, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye!